come to the small triangle close here, just right click. You have the rectangle tool, you have the rounded rectangle tool, ellipse tool, you have the triangle tool, polygon, line tool, custom shape tool. So let's first of all deal with the rectangle tool. So instead of the rectangle tool, when you want to draw a rectangle, just left click, then you move the mouse, then you have your rectangle. It will fill automatically. Okay, yes. So if you don't want it to fill, just want the strokes, you come to this side, the properties. You see, you have the fill, we have the stroke. So if I go to fill, I don't want it to fill, so I just off it. If I come to the stroke, it will be black because I have the stroke here. But the stroke has sizes, so let's say I want the stroke to be 5, so I just highlight it, and the stroke will be bigger. If I want it to be 50, so 50, you see it's bigger now. So the stroke actually basically means the outline be around the shape that we have. Okay, so this is 50 pixel. You get it? So this is how we could use this one. Then we come to, so as I always advise, if you're not doing anything, you come to select. So we have the shape here. So this is a rectangle shape. If I want to fill to come and highlight this rectangle, go to properties, I fill, let's say let's fill with a yellow color. So there's the rectangle. Then we have this things that we have here. You see, what that it means is that you see the edges. Yeah, it means the edges, how curved it is. So if it's 0, it means that it's not curved. So if I want it to be curved, let's say I go to 50. So you see the edge will be curved. Now you have, you see, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up the whole interface. But for now, let me just help. Let's just learn these basic ones. Okay. So now go to show transform control. So let's see. This means that once I'm editing, there will be lines around it. But if I off it, it's going to disappear, so that I can really see my image well. So if I turn it off, you see now the layers here have been curved. If I go ahead to increase, let's say I go to 150, it has been, sorry, so this I actually change the stroke. So let's go to this side, the 150. So if I go to 150, this has been curved more because of the number of curve. Now look at this thing, it looks like a chain. Chain means that it has been connected, all the edges have been connected. If I off this chain, it means that I cannot affect one place. So let's say I want to change the first one to 350. You see that only that side has been affected because it's no more in the chain. Yes, that's how the whole thing works. So now let's go to the other shape. So let's go to the rounded rectangle shape. Now the rounded rectangle shape, just basically the rectangle, but the edges they are being rounded and just follow the same suit. So it's the same things. I don't want to waste my time on that. Yes, and this one, for some of the Photoshops, you won't even get this property. I think the 2019, mine is 2021. Some of the 2019s and the old version. So for the sake of those using old versions, I don't really want to disturb you with this part. And it's similar to this one, it's almost the same thing. So let's go to the ellipse tool. So the ellipse basically deals with circle. So if I go like this, you see this is a circle. But you see the circle is not perfect, it's not a perfect circle. If you want to draw a perfect circle, what I have to do is I have to add shifts when I'm drawing it. So let me just undo the shape. So let me add shifts, then I just draw the perfect circle. You see, so there's a perfect circle that I have here, and because I've already drawn a shape, the next shape is going to actually follow the same thing. So you see it's having the same thing, and the fill here is yellow. So let's change the fill here to red. Then okay, I think the mistake I did was that actually, you see, normally if you don't, that's why I advise that you use the selection tool. If you don't use the selection tool, it can join two things together at the same time. So let's just undo this, then undo again, then let's go to selection tool, then yes, highlight an empty space here before we go ahead and draw the ellipse. So let's draw the ellipse, let's add the shifts, then we draw the ellipse like this. Now so it's following, what's not within is not following the same. So we go to fill, let's use this one. Then the stroke, we just stick with the 50 that we started with. Okay, now because this one there are no edges, you see, there's not like that here. Okay, so don't worry yourself with that. So this is a circle that we have here. Then you can move it using the selection tool. So you can move it like that here. Then let's try and, so before we even go on, let's click on empty space before we start with a new shape. You can go to a triangle shape. The same thing, if I draw the triangle like that, it is not uniform, but if I add the shift, it's going to be drawn with a preciseness. So we see everything is precise now. So the same thing is here. So what color are we using now? So let's take green here. Then we go to the stroke. You see this one is the stroke is, let's go to the 50. But I see the triangles also having edges. So the same thing is here. So if I want to change the edge to, let's say, 20 or 30, it just has been curved. Okay, so has been curved. You see the edges has been curved. So basically that's how the shape tool works. And also we have the, I think the last one. Okay, we have the polygon. So it fits the, it uses the same thing. So the same way that we actually spoke about. So you see, that's how the polygon works. Okay, yeah. So the polygon deals with um the number of edges. So if I want to increase it to 8, it has been affected. You see, yes. So the same thing is here. So you can increase it. So you get to a point that is approaching circle. It's because the edges are, is many. There are many. So you just reduce it like that. Then you come like that. See. So yes. So that's how the whole thing is being done. Okay. The same thing, you can change the fill, the stroke, and everything that we have here. Then we come to the line. So the line is just drawing a line. So we have a line here. Yes, but because we didn't um, select any empty space, I think it's been affected. So let's go again. Let's draw the line. So the line is here. So there's the line. So the line, the stroke, let's deal with 50. Then we change the color here to, let's see, white. Then the stroke, we change the stroke color to red. So you see, this is the shape, the line here. Okay, so we're drawing the line. So normally the line, the stroke actually takes the effect. The fill is not because the line. So line is a, let's say, very tiny space within. So normally it's just the stroke that you focus on. It's a line. Yeah. So that's it. Then we go to the custom shape tool. So when you click on custom shape tool, when you come up here, you see we have, so let me just go to it. So so the, let me just clean this one up so you get to understand it better. So you come, this is the shape side. So you come here. So you have different shapes. That's the custom. So custom, like different shapes, not like the ones that we know. So this is a tree. You see, you go down, we have wild animals. See, they're all here. Then we have boats. See, then we have flowers. Then we have legacy shapes and more. So legacy shapes also deal with extra shapes. Okay. So we have conifer trees. You see, so there are many of them. So you just stick to the one that you want. If you want flags, they are here. If you want helmets, they are here. So different shapes. So that's how we use the shape tool here. So thank you once again for watching. Yes, and with the help of this, you can just do anything that you want with them. The layers are here, so you have all your shapes. So let's say if you want to erase, so as I was saying, if you want to erase the shape, it can't be erased because still is being captured. So what I have to do is I have to rasterize. So this shape layer must be rasterized before. If you want to rasterize it, okay. So if I select okay, now it can be clean because I've given it the freedom. See, so basically that's how the work is. Thank you very much for watching this video.